Further to our previous video, CERN, Gulf of Aden Vortex, World Navy's Climate Chaos, and September 15th Yemen War, and how they all tie in, I'd like to read the article, the very significant article, because it contains a lot of information as to what's happening there because of this Stargate space portal. Mysterious vortex warned is creating global weather catastrophe. This was on the WikiLeaks, the Global Intelligence Files, dated February 19th, 2013. On Monday, February 27, 2012, WikiLeaks began publishing the Global Intelligence Files, over 5 million emails from the Texas-headquartered global intelligence company Stratfor. The emails dated between July 2004 and late December 2011. They reveal the inner workings of a company that fronts as an intelligence publisher, but provides confidential intelligence services to large corporations such as Bhopal's Dow Chemical Company, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, and government agencies including the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Marines, and the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agencies. The email shows Stratfor's web of informers, payoff structure, payment laundering techniques, and psychological methods. And the article again is entitled Mysterious Vortex Warned is Creating Global Weather Catastrophe. A bizarre report prepared for Prime Minister Putin by Admiral Maximov of Russia. Russia's Northern Fleet states that a mysterious magnetic vortex currently centered in the Gulf of Aden has defied all the combined efforts of Russia, the United States, and China to shut it down, or even to ascertain its exact origin or cause for being. The Gulf of Aden is one of the most vital waterways in the world, located in the Arabian Sea between Yemen on the south coast of the Arabian Peninsula and Somalia in the Horn of Africa, that sees over 21,000 ships sailing through its waters each year. According to this report, U.S. scientists began noticing the formation of this vortex in the late 2000s, after which the Americans established a base of operations on the Horn of Africa in Djibouti, the capital and largest city of the Republic of Djibouti. After the 9/11 attacks on America, Djibouti then became the home of the Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa, CJTF-HOA, Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa, which is a joint task force of the United States African Command. After remaining relatively stable since its discovery in November 2000, this report continues, the Gulf of Aden vortex began to expand in late 2008, prompting the United States to issue an extraordinary warning to the entire world about the mysterious occurrence, and which in response the following nations rushed their naval forces to this area. Royal Australian Navy, they're in alphabetical order, Australia. Belgian Navy, Bulgarian Navy, Canadian Navy, People's Liberation Navy, China, Royal Dutch Navy, French Navy, German Navy, Greek Navy, Indian Navy, Islamic Republic of Iran Navy, Italian Navy, Israel Navy is not there, Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, Republic of Korea, South Korea Navy, Royal Malaysian Navy, Royal Netherlands Navy, Pakistan Navy, Portuguese Navy, Royal Saudi Navy, Russian Navy, Republic of Singapore Navy, Spanish Navy, Swedish Navy, Royal Thai Navy, Turkish Navy, British Royal Navy, and the United States Navy. As we said, Israeli Navy is not there. Using the pretext that these naval forces were needed to protect the Gulf of Aden from Somalia pirates, who are actually nothing more than lightly armored youngsters looking for food since this mysterious vortex has destroyed their fishing waters, Admiral Maximov states that this report in this report that this buildup is the largest of its kind in human history, and that Russia is prepared to join with the Americans to defeat what many world officials believe is an attack upon our planet by forces previously unknown, but described as possibly being an interdimensional or extraterrestrial. Beginning earlier last month, this report continues, the Gulf of Aden vortex began an extraordinary series of expansions that for the first time since its discovery were preceded by earthquake activity. Important to note that the estimated 40 to 60 earthquakes occurred in the Gulf of Aden this past month are also the first to have occurred in this region in all of modern recorded history. This report further states that all of these earthquakes have ranged between 4.5 to 5.4 on the Richter scale. That's magnitude for the US people. They call it magnitude. And almost all are on around 10 kilometers deep and are strangely linked in timing to the mysterious appearance of the planet Jupiter's south equatorial belt strip that disappeared this past May. Though the information contained in this report is being blacklisted among all of the world's mainstream media, the same cannot be said of alternative news sites, some of which have speculated that the Gulf of Aden vortex may very well be a stargate opening up into our world from a dimension and/or world we know nothing about. One such site, The Truth Behind the Scenes, further notes another remarkable coincidence, or rather synchronicity, is that this series of earthquakes fell on the very day on which the Webbots and time wave 0, both a tipping point, indicated. Another such site, Danui from China, states about the Stargate hypothesis that, quote, internet users have recently been concerned with news about Gulf of Aden Stargate. Rumors claim that as early as December 9th, 2009, that's the day of the Norway spiral, by the way, a spiral of blue light, like a computer-generated image, suddenly appeared in the sky over northern Norway. About a month after the spiral disappeared, a massive magnetic field that appeared in the Gulf of Aden opened up a wormhole or Stargate. The rumor said that the multinational military escort in the Gulf of Aden, ostensibly there to fight Somali pirates, is actually working to explore the Stargate and distant galaxies a million light years away. Professor Wang Xichao of the Purple Mountain Astronomical Observatory, an authority on UFO research in China, said of the phenomenon, quote, the Stargate theory is not credible. It has no basis in astronomy or the facts, unquote. To what the truth is that lies behind the mysterious Gulf of Aden vortex, it is not in our knowing, other than to point out Admiral Maximov's warning in his report that since these earthquakes have begun, our planet's northern hemisphere, the hemisphere's jet stream, is nearly collapsed, plunging vast regions of the world into weather chaos. And as we can read, it says, in Britain today, UK snow, southeastern train passengers forced spend freezing night, broken service. Their vast transportation system has ground to a halt due to unprecedented snow and cold. Likewise in Germany, where travel chaos has ensued due to abnormal snow and cold. Sweden, temperatures it has experienced in over 101 years, the coldest temperatures in 101 years, as China is rushing to rescue thousands of herdsmen trapped by their worst snowfall in 30 years, and is further reporting the deaths of over 70,000 farm animals. This, of course, has worsened in the past 7 years, since 2008. The United States, this is dated December 1st, 2010, the United States also reported one of the most massive snowstorms in the history for the past few days, has blanketed nearly its entire landmass with unprecedented amounts of rain. Okay, well, this has worsened in the past 5 years. To the greatest fear of the United States and other world nations regarding this mysterious Gulf of Aden vortex, Admiral Maximov's report surmises is the public having knowledge of it due to the website named WikiLeaks having in its possession nearly all of the secret diplomatic cables which it is threatening to release, and should it do so, would undoubtedly sow panic throughout the globe. So dangerous has WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange become that Interpol has issued a red notice arrest warrant for his immediate capture in order to prevent him from releasing the entire U.S. Gulf of Aden vortex file he currently has in his possession. And China has taken the extraordinary step of launching against his website the most powerful cyber attack ever witnessed from a government against a private website. So what is contained in the United States secret Gulf of Aden vortex file WikiLeaks has in his possession and is threatening to release it. It is not in our knowing. This was from Scott Stewart of Stratford. It's got his office number 814-967-4046, cell phone 814-573-8297. At Scott Stewart, Scott, S-C-O-T-T Stewart, S-T-E-W-A-R-T, at Stratfor, STRATFOR.com. So I'll leave a link below for you for this site, for this article. There's other very interesting articles you can keep a lookout for on the global intelligence files.